Alrighty. Make sure it's all working. Yeah, easy. Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to be looking at Skald against the Black Priory, a game I know next to nothing about. I saw it on Steam a while back, thought it looked interesting. I'm gonna give it a bit of a check out today, see what's the go. Yeah, let's crack on into it. Choose visual style. Default is recommended. All customized settings. Default's fine. Welcome to character creation. So by picking a difficulty for your playthrough, difficulty will change during a playthrough. Narrative, easy, normal, hard. Normal seems fine. Do I do hard? What is it? Attribute rerolls, play rerolls, play damage rerolls, enemy rerolls, enemy damage rerolls, combat heal, disable. Okay, it is. Interesting. That seems fine. Select a class for your character. Classes define character's role in the ability party by adding exclusive abilities. Ooh, alright. Arms Master, Warrior, Bard, Battle Mage, Cleric, Champion, Guild Magus, Hierophant, Hospitaller, Officer, Skilled Warrior, Service Force, Tactical Skills, Ranger, Thief. Ah! What's the Guild Magus compared to that? Spellcaster who develop schools. No combat related feats, right. Oh, use of arcane magic, not bad. Blade, club and bow. Blade, axe, club and bow. I think we go Bard. If that's not, something easily and readily apparent. Continue. Select a background character. Cool. Claim connection, divine. Criminal. Entertainer. Entertain's the classic kind of bard thing, but I think a noble who's just really into the arts and wanders around is also a bit of the vibe. Or vagabond maybe. Crafting survival. I'll go diplomacy and law. Attribute points. ID. Cool. Mean react to surrounding environments, people. Tough. Hand-eye coordination. On physical power. Let's make that 3. Yeah, 2. Gonna be a bit of a weedy character, but make up for it in other aspects. Say we're a little bit good at thievery and stealth as well. Not a crafter, maybe a little bit into athletics, kind of lean, maybe got some of that fitness. Not necessarily very strong, but on the fitter side of things, I reckon. You know what? Diplomacy. Let's talk our way of a bunch of situations. That's usually fun in games. Alright. These are feats derived from your class. Distribute your development points in them. Gain benefits, new abilities. Ranks distribute 7. Alright. Tradecraft. Backstabber, increase backstab damage. Increase stealth. Alright, weapons finesse. Alright, weapons accuracy. Automatic spell casting. Wow. Oh. Bardic magic focus. 2 new spells. Bardic magic skill. 1 fire sprite and tune. Please. The whole 6. What else is there? Increase law, increase spell aptitude. Let's go 3 here. Let's go 3 there. That seems fine for now. 2 new bardic magic schools. Tune. Fire sprite sounds good. Lifting tune, sight to behold. I don't know, sight to behold could be cool. I don't know what that does, but sounds cool enough. And if a spell sounds cool, that's all that really matters, right? Finalize, editing your appearance. I promise not to take as long as I did with the Morrowind thing. Probably, maybe. Ah, so that's separate to whatever's going on in the portrait. Interesting. Yeah, let's be big female. Let's. What colors we got? Went not bad. Ooh, I like that kind of like purple lavender thing going on, yeah. White cape. White cape go hard, I think. Yeah, that should do. Let's go Evelyn. Evelyn's always a good one. Prologue. On the wine dark raging seas of the outer isles, alone Caravel struggles against the winds and waves towards the accursed land of Idra. The moan of creaking timbers, the tang of preserved fish, your eyes slowly adjust to the darkness of the ship's dimly lit hold. Suddenly, something strikes the hull of the ship, and strikes the hull, and the ship rocks violently. Your heart begins to pound. A feeling of unease grows in your stomach. Rise up well rested, ready to go. Get up, mouth dry, head pounding. Rouse yourself from deep meditation. It's a shock to the system. Get to your feet and become aware of agitated voices shouting up on deck. Something is not right. You should make your way up to the top and get a bearing on the situation. On your way. Whoa. Oh, interesting. Just running into something interacts with it. Whoops. Wrong button. Oh, pile of straw. Right. Oh. See a desk. Moving the cursor interactor will make a yellow outline appear. Left mouse click. Right to examine it. Interesting. Holding shift will highlight interactable objects in view. Some objects are hidden. Cool. I know weapons nearby. Inventory. Quit. There we go. Alright. To your surprise, you realize this door has been locked from the outside. It doesn't budge. Perhaps you could slip the lock with a thin blade, or use something to smash it. Use the dagger. You slip the dagger through the gap in the door and lift the bar that was locking you in. The door begins to creak open. As the door swings open, you can now clearly make out cries from the deck above. You should make haste. Oh. I assume I spotted the chest. Alright. Short sword, short bow, hunting arrow, leather armor, steel helmet. Take all of the shit. Oh. There we go, that's inventory. Yeah, let's. Quick bow. Alright. Oh, I seem ready. Yeah, what was this? You stop dead as you narrowly avoid stepping in a rust-red puddle. The stench of blood fills your nostrils. As you look around the dim light of the hold, you realize someone or something fought for their life here. At the same moment, the thought hits you. A hiss. At the same moment, the thought hits you. A hiss sounds from the shadows. You squint towards the shadow as a hunched, feral-looking form slowly sinks forward. Tiny, disgruntledly human-like hands. Disgruntlingly, there we go, human-like hands. Yellow fangs and a grotesque, dexterous pink tail leave no doubt in the creature's rodent nature. Though it emerges from the shadows, it becomes abundantly clear that what may have started life as a common shiprat has now grown into something that has no right to exist. A second hiss sounds behind you, and the abomination lunges at you. It's attack time. In combat, characters act in order of initiative. Yeah, makes sense. View initiative order by using interactive widget, left side of the screen. Cool. Hovering cursor over the widget makes it pop out. Easy. Moving cursor over the name / red on the battlefield. Cool. On the right represents characters' action points. Yellow pips represent movement points. Violet pip represent attacks. Cool. You can move a number of tiles. Each combat movement points and attacks. Cool. Performing an attack will clear out all remaining movement points. Interesting. Pressing shift in combat brings up tactical overlay. Makes it easier to see positioning. Yep. Begin combat. What do you? Ah, that was equipped, I see. I took some hits, gained any XP. Rat tail, sure. Oops. Okay, I guess we looted all of them already. Oh yeah, what was this? I'll take some potatoes, every now and that could be useful. You contracted cease from your fight with the rats. Let me see what conditions are affecting you by opening character sheet. Click portrait or C to do so. Negative conditions often be cured by magic or rest. Disease can be cured by a potion. Pick up and equip lantern to search the area. Alright. Oh, there's the lantern. Oops. Equip. Removes conditions with bleeding. Is it? I assume bleeding is what I got. No, weekly diseased. -1 agility can be removed by magic. Alright. Used in potion of cure disease. Ah, cool. Okay, used in a lot. Potatoes. Very versatile. And boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew. Alright. What else is here? It's a ladder. You emerge onto the ship's lower deck. As your eyes adjust to the darkness, you become aware of a hulking figure standing in the shadows. Evelyn, here at last. Never mind. Evelyn, here at last, growls a rough voice. There she is off. Watch at the figure. I don't know, knows my name. Who's there? Show yourself. It's Roland. Where the tides have you been? Nice walking around below decks. Planning a landing. Why? What's your fucking business? What's going on? The island is in sight, but the damn guilders refuse to land. They want to turn back. If we turn back, we lose our shot at the girl. Did they say why? Turn back, we lose our shot at the girl. And no one gets paid. Listen here, I know our boys better than most. We've hired them to go to Idra and kill. If we don't pay them, things will go bad quickly. But the sailors are bloody terrified. They claim something is hunting us. Let's go. We'll get all do. Yeah, let's go. Wait, there's a few sailors up ahead. Rattle is a pair of rabbits. I'm here to make friends. That's what you're suggesting. Jesus, just kill them outright. Is there a way past them? Every 2 doors ahead, take the left and we should be able to sneak past without any troubles. Anything else I should know? Let's just get off this bloody boat. Only you can take the lead, one falls behind you. Agitated shouts can be heard. Characters per Q character. Press Q to swap the party leader. Gotcha. Current leader's attributes are used for tests outside of combat, such as awareness or stealth. Familiarize yourself with the attributes, party members, right character, lead, depending on circumstances. Okay, interesting. When you having members party, they level up to your current level. Level up icon, party members portrait shows the character is ready to level up. Double click character portraits, select feeds to begin leveling. Alright. Double click. Jeez, 11? Alright. What's this? Mainly accuracy, range accuracy, precise strike, increased athletics, increased toughness. Toughness. Charger. Got this. Unlocks. It's real specified. What's his inventory look like? Two-handed sword. Alright. Well, let's go. Precise strike sounds pretty good. Going all the way 6 ranks on this early might be a good idea. And then we can go... Yeah, two-handed. And go Charger. That seems like it works. Alright. See. Thieves Tools Gold. Oh, very good. Whoops. Wrong button, I meant Shift. Yeah, cool, grindstone. I set the one on the left. Press the hide button to go into stealth mode. The actions... cool. Stealth mode, indicator becomes visible. Yep. Each zero be spotted. Moving in lit areas, being close to characters. Yeah. Usual stealth things. Average stealth gameplay. These skills stay hidden for longer. The indicator turns green. Means you're no longer in danger of being spotted. Spending time in green areas would fill stealth meter. I noticed Skald in crude letters. Cook. I cannot stand another meal of salted fish. There is a limit to how long a man can live on salt potatoes and perklin. Take heed, or get a dagger in the eye, and ye... or get a dagger in the eye, you cheap bastard. Alright. Last turn, view journal, inventory. Can't make a camp on this map. Shit. Just trying to explore, but obviously they're over there. The sailors stare wide-eyed and terrified. Dead Empress! It's coming for us! It whispers to me. One of them draws a weapon, shaking his hands. So see versus 10. Count yourself, really. 26 plus 2d6 to d10. Oh! Oh yeah, we got this. Let's roll a 4. Very achievable on 2d6. Hell yeah. Men stopped in their tracks, seemingly shocked, back from their momentary lapse of sanity by your words. Pair blinked towards you in a moment of indecision, and then stumbled back to the main deck, and the tumult that seems to be taking place there. Alrighty. That's why we invested in chatability. Oh, salt. This should just be... What's this? Okay, it's stairs. Let's try and pick. Right, unlocked. Well, that's unideal. You recognize the corpse of one of the crew's mates, a young man, barely 16. He is called Sullum. The youth has been mauled to death by what you assume are the grotesquely altered rats you encountered just minutes ago. The corpse is still warm. That's unfortunate. Vitality, distance, fire immunity, strength. Ooh, yummo. Gin and tonic. Oh no, man, that's not stairs. That really looked like stairs. Where I am. Cannot rest anywhere. So, right. Desk. Surgeon's journal. Oh, a little bit of brandy. A little bit of brandy. Let's not use all our thieves tools. Let's see if we can force it. Oh, no, hell. Okay. We'll force again. And we'll force again. There we go. Masterwork short sword and a buckler. Down's where he came from, but oh, it's a crate. Never mind. You emerge onto the deck and see two groups of men facing each other with weapons drawn. The ship shakes violently as the grip of the storm shakes oh my god, cannot read apparently. The ship shakes violently in the grip of a storm as lightning tears across the sky. Amidst the din of the storm and the frantic argument, you bellow for the attention of the assembled crewmen and mercenaries. But the ship's captain and the leader of the mercenaries you hired, a coarse thug of a man named Estavo, turn their attention to you. They look ready to use unsheathed weapons in their hands at the slightest provocation. Ah! Try to address the ship's captain. Turn your attention directly to the ship's captain. You know him to be a reasonable but suggestible man. At present, his usually placid eyes are wild with panic or anger. Paid you for passage to shore, did I not? Captain lowers his weapon and speaks earnestly. The coast of Idra is cursed. We heard tales and assumed them grog-drenched rumors only, but there is something between us and the shore that will drag us all to a watery grave. What are you talking about? What have you seen? We must sail on to land and the girl. Let's let him explain himself. Naught but glimpses. My men have seen shadows of something deep in the water, stalking us. Nothing natural moves like that. Starro glares murderously at the captain. You mean our deal based on a glimpse? There is desperation in the captain's voice. We are seasoned sailors. We do not balk at shadows. We need to be alive to rescue this girl you speak of. We're out of time, sail us in. But we'll argue the point with Gustavo. We're out of time. Gustavo turns, skids steely. Let me spell this out for you, sea dog. We're contracted to rescue the girl, but if you don't get us to shore, we'll gut you for free. The mercenary you hired all shift their weight in anticipation of making good on the promise. Captain, he's right. Do what you were hired to do. Yeah, do what you're hired to do. Something changes in the captain's expression. He stands tall. I will not order my ship and my men to certain doom. We shall not get any closer to the coast while I have command. Yeah, I believe you. Yeah, 15 beats. Few of the ship's crew lower their weapons. The captain's eyes between you and Estavo's murderous grin. He sheathes his blade and speaks softly, his voice barely audible over the slapping of snapping sails. So be it. May the deep have mercy. Suddenly, a huge monstrous tentacle bursts from the water around the ship. For a split second before the terror sits in, you wonder what Estavo must be thinking as the monstrosities loom over him. After reaching their full height, the tentacles curve inward and smash into the ship. Some pierce straight through the deck, others snap the mast like they were matchsticks. You stand frozen in place. Through the haze of splintered wood and panicked screams, you notice Roland. He throws himself out of the way of a tentacle, but begins to fall overboard as the ship lurches once more. Yeah, we'll help him. It's a kraken. We're gonna need everybody we can get to deal with that. You dash towards the ship's fractured rail, dodging holes in the deck and wounded men beseeching you for help. Roland hangs by one arm from the side of the ship. Try to grab him. You lunge for Roland's arm, and he loses grip, and your fingers close only around thin air. You miss him by an inch. He falls wordlessly downwards. You watch as he is swallowed by the raging sea, his ship listing fatally. You see the great tentacles high above you, poised for the coup de grace. Abandoned ship. As you jump, you hear terrible rending of wood giving into flesh. The pact of the water winds you. The waves pummel you down. The currents beseech you to go deeper, even deeper. Well, did we already fuck this up? Very possible. Knowing my track record. Oh, okay. 2 weeks earlier. That's an interesting thing. Guardsmen dressed in the livery of noble house Baron. Guard scowls somewhat at you. And Master Lyra awaits you at the main entrance. Best talk to her if you've not already done so. Alright. An aging armored man in the livery of Hellspawn stands and scowls at you. Eyes like coal peer out from a craggy face, fringed top and bottom with wild white hair. Return his challenging stare. The older man closes his massive arms, steps forward and leans to you. "So, young Zelazor, you come looking for a scrap, have you?" Though his voice is full of gravel, there's now a glint in his eyes, as though the old coals have begun to warm up. A single bark of laughter emanates from the dense beard as he embraces you in a crushing bear hug. Caden may be older and greyer, but from the force of his hug, you don't reckon you'd have any more chance of beating him now than you did as a 12-year-old. Go easy, you old boar. He steps back, allows you to breathe again before grabbing you by the shoulders. We heard of your father's passing. Truly, he sits with the golden dead now. Tell me, how did he die? Corey's back on my side. Drunk for king of his own piss. It's not dwelling on wounds. You know I'm here. Yeah, let's not dwell. Master Casso will chew your ear plenty when you see him, Evelyn. Lyra, new master of arms waits you by the main entrance. She'll escort you. And don't ask her not to. You think I had a temper. The joke fails to hide the note of anxiety in the grizzled guard's voice. Oh, what are you hiding from me, old boy? 15. You gotta roll kinda high for this. Damn. I won't betray my master's confidence by saying more. Best you see him yourself. Man offers a smile, but it fails to iron out the concern. Creases around his eyes. Very well. Go to the Master at Arms. If you want to explore for old time's sakes, take this lantern. Lord Baron will wait. We don't want you getting lost in the hedge maze again. And I was heartily. It's a small brass lantern. Whatever may come to pass, it did this old warrior a barrel of good to see you again, girl. The old man slaps you on the shoulder in parting, just knocking you off balance. He then seems to remember something and leans in conspiratorially. Damn knees are acting up again. Can't hardly sleep on account of the aches. Let me tell you, I'd take an arrow in the leg any day. If you're going over to the kitchen later for a bit of grub, bottle of brandy from the wine cellar would make me a happy man. Caden shifts as if to emphasize his stiff knees. But first, don't keep Lyra waiting any longer. Talk to her, and I'll be there for you later. How's that fucking dog? Come here, dog. 10 out of 10 game, you can pet the dog. Don't tell me you have an audience. I would assume I just have to keep going up north. To create a map. It seems to be. This is Lyra. A woman stands before the main entrance to the villa. Her posture speaks of a graceful, coiled power, that of a dueling ace. No doubt she's the new master at arms for House Baron. As you approach, she offers a quick, neat bow, just low enough to be respectful. Greetings, Evelyn. Master Cato welcomes you back to the House Baron. The master is eager to meet with you and is ready at your leisure. However, if you wish to refresh yourself first, he suggests you visit the kitchen for some food, and then perhaps walk the grounds and gardens. Why have I been summoned? That is for the master himself to answer, and he will soon enough. For now, though, please get some food and look around. I'm sure old Caden will be happy to see you if you've not talked to him already. There you are. Excellent. I'm sure you still know your way around the grounds. The kitchen is the building to the east. Oh, I can go. Oh, to the east. Garden hedge maze to the west. Come back and check in me with once you've stretched out your legs. Alright. Let's go garden first. Going to never mind. My east and west are apparently all fucked up. They're all fucked up. I'm an idiot. You enter the kitchen. A pair of scullions offer you a hurried bow. There's so much. It's all so much quieter, emptier, and gloomier than you remember. Of course, old Magda is no longer where she used to be, sitting by the oven, kind, red-faced, and tending to a shank of lamb. You remember the matronly woman as she sat, humming to herself, pouring fat over roasting meat. Child, come here, will you? Magda was always a beacon of kindness in a childhood where such qualities were few and far between. Magda will clasp you gently with her tubby hand. Have you eaten yet? Before you can answer, she produces a small bundle of trees from her apron and hands it to you. As daughter to the master-at-arms for the great house Baron, you did not go wanting. Materially, at least. Thank you. Magda looks at you with kind eyes as you pick up the bundle. He's here again, down in the cellar. He's not so good, child. Sleeping now, but it would be best if you got him to bed afore his men see him like this again. The knot in your stomach is real, as it was when you were 12. I'll go get him. Don't worry, he won't make a fuss, he just needs time. You know, Evelyn, deep wounds take a long while to heal. The old woman turns back to her meat and resumes meandering, humming. The sound of a man clearing his throat snaps you back out of your reminiscing. May I help you, my lady? The man in a chef's outfit offers you in a hoarse voice. Never mind, I'm going to assume. Chef offers a short bow and tired but sincere smile. I'm Chef Armand. My humble kitchen is at your disposal, my lady. Sadly, I was told your arrival was only minutes ago. My oven must be fired up again. You must be famished. Indeed I am. My suggestion is lastly, while I stroke the fire? Jesus, getting frisky. While I stoke the fire, you run down the pantry and fetch some cured ham and cheddar cheese. I will then teach you how to cook my renowned melted cheese sandwich, as long as you never want for an evening meal. And you shall never want for an evening meal for as long as you live. Yeah, learning to cook seems good. Splendid. The pantry is west of the wine cellar, and the cheese is kept in the northernmost room. Return when you have the cured ham. Let go. Return you have the cured ham and cheddar. I shall provide bread and instructions. Now venture forth into the underworld. And has asked me to fetch him a bottle of brandy. Ha! The old wretch is too cowardly to come himself, so he sends you instead. The brandy will be the end of him, I say. Then again, who am I to deny the old few his pleasures? You'll find a crate of fine Gourmanian brandy in the northeast corner of the wine cellar. Alright. Empty bottles on the floor of this room. Chuck to yourself as you imagine the kitchen staff and their wine tasting sessions. No doubt much revelry has taken place here. Then a cool gust of air from the passage to the north. The wine cellar lies that way. You can almost hear faint sobbing. Ghosts, no doubt. Take another lantern. I mean, I already have one, don't I? Yeah. Shit. Right. Let's get familiar with the... Equipped by a long hidden memory upon entering this part of the cellar, you sealed it away when it's been doing... But in so doing, preserving its strength, and now demands freedom. You could still recall the smelling him before you could make out his writhing shape in the dim night in the cellar's hall. Mistress Valeria, open the door. Your father doesn't even notice you in the throes of his intoxicated ramblings. How could they take her? Her chambers were locked from the inside. Where is she? Pressing some sense into him. Your father jolts upright, bloodshot whites of his eyes glaring out from the darkness. We found her, wandering the forest outside the estate, Mistress Valeria. Help him stand. Haltingly and leeringly, and leaning heavily on you, your father manages to stand. He was never the same. Whatever happened broke her. It was a girl, you know. The seed was planted in Valeria that night. But how could you know? You were but a babe yourself. You helped lead him the now sobbing man out of the cellar. Stop it, father. Oh God, who trusted me, and I failed him. But Valeria was one to pay the price. Mine broken, and that spawn of a child. Your father's voice seized with fury. Enough! Don't talk back to me, you bastard! What do you know about honor? As much as your harlot mother. Your father steps away from you, unsteady, tears streaming down his face. You turn and run. Draw a ragged breath and snap out of the memory. Your knuckles white. You're alone in the damp cellar. Don't particularly feel like dwelling there. Here's the brandy. God, my God, a whole cheese room like this? That would be divine. Can you imagine how wonderful it would just fucking... Oh. That light smell of fucking cheese on the air. Oh my God, that would be fucking scrumptious. Alright, doesn't seem... I don't know why I'm clicking to move, I can just... Whizzed my way around. I have the ham and cheese. Perfect. First of all, here is some bread. Now the cauldron is quite empty, just warm enough for you to use. Remember, you need both bread, ham, and cheese to make the perfect sandwich. Now, give it a try. Bring me the roll. Just see if you have it in you. This is a crafting screen. To create new items, double-click the ingredients in inventory to place them in the workstation, and then press craft. If the recipe is valid, new items will be created. Cool. The recipe list in the left column represents known recipes. Learn recipes by experimenting, finding books in the world. Can currently be crafted, shown in green. Selecting green, add all the necessary ingredients. Crafting depending on crafting skill, which isn't great for us. Crafting valid recipe will always succeed. Oh my God. Oh. But depending on your skill and the recipe's difficulty, there is a chance you may produce more than one item. Ah, cool. Now I'm thinking I could go for a toasty. Oh, that'd be so good. Nice melty cheese. Some nice thick bread as well. Oh. Oh, tempting. Very tempting. Alright. Baba, present the sandwich for inspection. A man wafts the scent of the grilled sandwich towards his nose. Ah, the crust of the bread, the softness of the cheese, the savouriness of the ham. Perfection. Ah, I forgot I gave him a bit of an accent. You shall indeed never again go hungry in the night. Fucking yummers. Now what was it that was... Let's check. What's up here? Nothing. Kind of like how you can just like smack your head into things. I'll give you your brandy in a sec. Is this like the maze they were talking about? You'll find the kitchen in the eastern end of the courtyard. The garden hedge maze is to the west. I only need to remind you it was a poor idea to enter the maze without a lantern. I've got a lantern. Okay, I didn't mean to, like, could... God. You stand before the gates of a hedge maze. It stirs old feelings of both dread and elation. The sound and smells of the estate grow, as you were long ago. You call to you from distant memory. You feel you could easily plunge yourself into their depths. Let yourself go and remember. Which daydream is it this time? Are you valiantly defending me from rebels again? Embla throws a pine cone at you, snapping you from your reverie. She's 10 years old, and you're a year her senior. Let's play hide and go seek in the maze. Go hide and go seek in the maze. I'll hide. You faintly hear someone yell her name from a distance. You better run, Star Child. Only my mother ever calls me that, Embla says, frowning. Where did you hear it from? Before you can reply, she flings another pine cone at you and darts off into the maze. Give chase. You hear a man's voice yell Embla's name again. Much closer now. Either way, she's lost to you in the winding passages of the hedge maze. Your memory tugs at you, urging you to the center of the maze. Oh god. Well, mazes... Top-down mazes are a smidge easier than, It's clearly it, yeah. I mean, I could see that was a dead end. I don't know why I checked it. There we go. You stand at the center of the maze. Feels much less impressive than you remember. The ornamental pond was once an ocean, a rock at its heart, a wind-swept land. You found me, daydreamer. You remember the tone of her voice. You can almost see the impish 10-year-old girl wading through the pond. Why do you always come here? I like the water. It's so calm. Embla shoots a mischievous look. You notice the faintest tang of ozone. She makes a slow motion to hop through the water, her fingers trailing the pond's surface, where water and skin meet. Strange colors bleed and spread across the surface. Embla, you'll get in trouble. Stop it. Embla moves her fingers across the water's surface like a painter's breath. Color spills across the pond, and for a sleeping moment, you fancy that you see cloud-topped mountains, or was it the ramparts of an impossibly large city reaching towards the heavens? The silence is shattered by a shout, along with the beguiling images. Mistress Embla, the master requests you in his house immediately. It's my father. Something's wrong. It's mother. She's ill again. I think I cause it with what I can do. It poisons her mind. How long until your mother isn't mother, or until father isn't lord, or how your father isn't master at arms? How long will any of it last? I don't know, no one does. Do you ever feel like everything is a lie? Like there's a veil that covers everything, but in some parts thin enough to see through? Embla starts as your father steps breathily into the enclosed garden. His red face, he's red-faced from exertion and anger. Young lady, you can't run off like this. The whole estate is looking for you. Your mother is ill and needs you now. Your father shoots you a stone glass. I'll deal with you later. Embla says as nothing as your father grabs her by the arm and hauls her past you back to the house. She doesn't meet your eyes as you pass. Finding yourself back in the present, a chill creeps into your bones. You best move on. Ah. I say, I'm quite lost. I know it's gonna be a dead end up here, but like, also, hidden chests. Very maze thing to have in a maze. I can just do that. Yep. That is kind of cool. You seen Lyra yet? First not keep on waiting. Have your medicine. Ah! That's some fine foraging, young whelp. Young whelp. Before you can get a word, Creighton snatches the bottle, uncorks it, and drinks deeply. The old man, eyes closed in relief, lets out a deep sigh. May your sleep be dreamless. He speaks as if to himself. May your sleep be dreamless? Creighton smiles sadly. An old soldier's greeting. Something one mercenary would say to another as a prayer to not dwell on painful memories. The kind that comes with the work. Your father and I... Caden halts momentarily as he looks at you. Your father and I would always part with those words. Now I've held you long enough. Be on your way. Oops. There you are. If your nostalgia is appeased, the master will see you now. See Kato. Very well. If it pleases you, the master is in office, just ahead. And note, once you meet with the master, things may move quickly, but you may not have another chance to walk the grounds. Yes, I suppose you do, but I'll escort you nonetheless. A flicker of a smile plays across her face as she beckons you to lead the way. The opulence has faded, the shadows grow longer. Clearly much has changed since the last time you were here. I didn't come... Me reminiscing about the previous places I have been to. I didn't come here to reminisce. I came here to get work done. Yeah, reminisce. It's been years, perhaps decades since you were here. Not since your father was a house arms master. Not since... You must have your wits about you, and perhaps now is not the time to dwell on painful memories. No, come on, not since your father's exile. You were no more than 12 when you were driven from the household. Hard were the years that followed. The mercenary life is bloody and unforgiving. Those years stole your childhood, and eventually they took your father too. But your father had always insisted, to his dying breath, that his failure had been his own, that he had gotten the fate he deserved. The memories are painful, nonetheless. Flanking the doorway are two marble statues. The craftsmanship is stunning. The sight of the two women depicted fills you with sadness. One you recognize immediately, Valeria Baron, the mistress of the house. You remember her as a grey ghost, absent and unwell. The other statue depicts the girl you once also knew, Embla Baron, daughter of the house, now a woman grown strong and clear-eyed. Her likeness has none of her mother's cowed, timiness, tim-tam tarutamumtare. Jeez. How fares Embla? Lyra's eyes flicker ever so slightly. We should hasten to Master Baron. He's long impatient to see you. What of Mistress Lyra? The mistress is vacationing in the countryside. Lyra answers curtly. Well, clearly no good fate has... I nearly walked into a fucking pond. No. Gato Baron sits tall and tasteful but modest reception room. He looks less imposing than you remember, and with few more crow's feet. Nonetheless, he's lost none of his composure or air of casual authority. Take a seat across a formidable desk from him. His study, like the rest of the villa, is half lit, giving a morose cast to its opulence. The older man's face creases into a tired but genuine smile, which momentarily lifts some of the room's oppressive mood. It is a mercy to see you again. Your own woman and in your prime, Kato says, before a frown comes to his smile. It is just a shame that our reunion is overshadowed by the fates of those we love. Perhaps, together, we can yet improve our collective circumstances. Why have you summoned me? Embla is missing. Kato's voice quivers momentarily, betraying his stoic features. Now I beg of you, Evelyn, help me find my daughter. Help her return home, where she belongs. Why? Why me? Is it not obvious? You've clearly grown to inherit your father's resourcefulness. And besides, Embla has trusted you since before either of you could speak. And now the fool's gotten herself into trouble? She left without notice a week ago. From the scant clues we had, we believe she boarded a ship and found one of the outer isles, Idra. She went on her own free will. At the time I thought little of it. Kato begins to glower. Since then, however, there have been reports. Grave ones. Reports? No one and no word has left Idra in days. Rumor has it even the Imperial Augur are in the dark. I know not how this touches the fate of my daughter, but she must be returned to me, one way or another. Any idea why she left? Something has been building in here for years, an aptitude of sorts, but I suspect you already knew. In any case, it's grown much stronger lately, and drives her in ways I cannot understand. I suspect she is looking for answers. Why Idra? An aptitude? What am I to do? I kind of get the aptitude from the whole pool thing. Why Idra? Why indeed? There's little on that island save the port of Horan. If Idra was her destination, she must have landed there. What can I do? Hire mercenaries, travel to Idra, and begin your search in the port of Horan. From there, I trust you to do what needs to be done. Spare no cost. Just bring back my daughter. Mercenaries? Yes. If nothing else, the port will be dangerous enough. That's why I've summoned a Roland Grey Eye. God, that really fucked with me. Summoned a Roland Grey Eye to meet me. A crude but efficient sellsword that I've made good use of before. He shall accompany you on this task. Roland Grey Eye? The man is a grizzled veteran. He may have slowed with age, but his experience and reliability more than make up for it. He is also much respected by similar men, and so will be instrumental in hiring a reliable crew. I'll take it into consideration. Kato shows you his upturned palms, beseeching. I know this thing I ask of you is fraught with danger. This is your chance at improving your fortune, materially and in honor. What say you? Apparently I do it for the goal. I think we were clearly pretty good friends with Embla. I accept for Embla's sake. Kato smiles softly, visibly relieved. For a moment he looks like the man you remember. Have you any final questions or matters to discuss? Time is, as I'm sure you appreciate, of the essence. Let's just get on with it. Kato stands with poorly concealed effort. And Evelyn, you stand and meet his gaze. Return her to me. There is no other outcome of this affair. You have my word, Kato. I can see the very slightness of the it's a very slight difference on the shallow water there. Slowly you drag yourself from the cold water onto the relative safety of solid rock. Try and fail to stagger forwards as exhaustion washes over you in a great black wave. Oblivion takes you before you hit the rocky ground. You are awoken by the cacophonous cries of gulls circling you. Your body is a mass of pain and exhaustion, covered in 1,000 cuts and scrapes. The large white birds gather around you in eager anticipation. What a magnificent feast your bloated corpse would make. Not today. Minutes, or perhaps hours pass as you lay unmoving, trying desperately to will some warmth back into your body. Finally, you manage to force your eyes open. By some miracle, you are not only alive, but you find yourself on the shores of the cursed island of Idra. Strewn around you is the wreckage of the Zephyr. You see no other survivors. Lest you find equipment and companions soon, you may have cheated death in vain. Character is critically injured. This means you have taken enough damage to reduce both your vitality and wounds. Green bar under your character's portrait represents your vitality score. It's a buffer to your wounds. As long as you have vitality, if you will take serious wound damage, vitality is easily lost and easily regained. Second bar, purple bar, represents your wounds. Losing wounds is much more serious than losing vitality. Reaching 0 means your character falls unconscious. Wounds can also be recovered by resting or leveling up. Take wound damage, gain injury conditions. Injuries, serious penalties. Improved by resting. Making camp resting, shortest way to restore an injured character. Another resting is not possible over location, so plan accordingly. Do I have any of my shit? Nope, just got a fucking shitty ass shirt. There's a thing there. Gold buttons, data shell. Probably sell the junk for something. Wading out of the freezing surf, you lose your footing on the stones and fall heavily onto the ground. There's a sudden blur of movement in the corner of your eye. As you frantically try to get to your feet, you slip again. Standing above you on a large rock is a young woman dressed in nautical guild livery. Wet auburn hair clings to her face in the cold wind. She's balls! I was sure I was the only one to make it ashore. The woman leaps from the rocks and helps you back on your feet. Looking you up and down, she fetches a wineskin from her belt and offers it to you. The skin is nearly empty, save for a mouthful of brandy. You drink it down greedily, and slowly you feel a modicum of warmth creep into your bones. You recognize the woman's face now. She must have served on the Zephyr. What's your name? It's Tanya. It's my name. Weird pause. I don't know, I wanted to... the crew calls me Cat. Or rather, they did, I suppose. She looks down the beach with a furrowed brow. Listen, you have to get up. You need to get off this beach before you freeze. Or worse. Worse? There's something wrong about this place. Can't you feel it? Like a taste in your mouth. And there are beasts. Huge sea creatures I ain't never seen afore. I saw them dragging the dead crewman into a cave west of here. At least I hope they were dead. Cat shudders. What do you suggest? We need supplies and shelter first. There might be salvage to be had among the wreckage of the beach. I also think I spotted a chimney of a house just north of the cliffs. A warm fire and some food would go a long way. Cat offers you her hand and drags you to her feet. She looks pensively towards the west. Also, as I said, there's a cave west of here. I think the crabs dragged off most of the corpses there. But what if they're not all dead? Might be other survivors like you and me. What's more, there's a chance one of those officers was carrying the seal when the boat sank. The seal? Not the seal. Wasn't carrying a whole beast. If we can find it, the Nautical Guild would give anything to have it returned to them. Seal? The captain's seal. It's a medallion of sorts that is carried on every guild vessel. Don't know I'm fucking guild someone. It's not just for show either. They say the seals are forged by the Magi, and that they have secret powers. But I don't know nothing about all that. All I know is the guild pays well to have one returned if a ship is ever lost. It's always worn by the officers, but I don't think the captain had it on him when the fight broke out. Might have been the first mate was carrying it, and I think he was still alive when the ship sank. So I would say that cave to the west is where we should start looking. You ready to go? Yeah, let's go. Good. I found this bow in the cargo crate. We best find you a weapon too as soon as possible. I expect we'll need it before too long. Together, you begin to move off the beach and towards whatever darkness dwells in the island's interior. Hello. A lanky man with skin like dried leather stands slack-jawed at you. He is dressed in rags with a wide-brimmed hat and a large bundle of scraps slung over his shoulder.
Do Basilio's eyes deceive him, or ghosts? Or did the sea spit you back out alive? Not many are that lucky.
Your eyes fall over the crude spiked club that hangs in his belt. Who are you?
Basilio makes his living picking at what the mother of maelstroms does not swallow. It has been rich pickings as of late. Crates and barrels, and even the odd fleshy morsel.
The man bears a row of blackened teeth, in what you assume is a smile. I mean, the club's definitely for thumping anyone who's only just barely still alive. Which pickings?
Listen here. Basilio has a proposal for you.
The man smiles in a greedy anticipation.
Shore's bursting with bounty today. Man can make a fortune if he sets his mind to it. Better yet, no need for Basilio to risk his hide. You seem fit enough, and I've got coin. I'll buy whatever you bring me. Might even have a piece or two to sell if you're interested. Just beware them clippers.
Rather ain't you right here? Clippers?
Aye. Crabs and critters and such, growing in large and strange this time of year. Get your leg in their clippers and they'll lop it right off. So you best be careful. But do not worry, Basilio always given them the laugh, even when he was wee. Must have been just as big back then, though it doesn't really feel that way.
The old man burrows frows? The old man brows furrow for a moment as he's lost deep in thought. In any case,
Basilio will be warming his bones up at the old abandoned farmhouse right behind us. Find me there.
We'll see. The man slinks off into the fog, heading north. As his form dissolves into the nothingness of the mist, you can hear him mutter himself excitedly. Oops. The small farm is overgrown and derelict, and it appears to be abandoned. At one point, you muse, this must have been a quaint place. A good spot to raise a family, perhaps? Suddenly, as if summoned by your very thoughts, the faint but unmistakable sound of children's laughter is carried on the wind. The sound is oddly distorted with strange echoing quality, and for some reason, it chills you to the bones. The sound is interrupted by a woman's cry of pain, or perhaps sorrow. Oh, cool. Weird freak guy's house is, haunted. That's just lovely. Keeping an eye out for beds or inns to rest in while adventuring. Doing so is superior to sleeping in the wild. While resting at an inn or a bed, you have the option to manage your party. Cool. This means you choose what characters get to be a part of your main party. You should wait in camp. Camp followers do not earn XP and never participate in combat, or for the most part not engage in the narrative. There are a few exceptions to this, however, in many cases where interacting in conversations.
There's one who cheated the mother maelstrom and loaded with trinkets for old Basilio, perhaps. There might be some fine coin in it for you.
The man shakes a worn leather pouch at you that clinks with the sound of coins.
Stay as long as you like. Just don't drink the water in the well.
The fireplace casts a warm glow across the piles of old fish bones, broken furniture, and strange trinkets that litter the ruined home.
Basilio hums contently to himself. Let's trade. Has weapon. I mean, yeah, I'll sell a 4 arrow. Nope. I've got 15 off. Yeah, sell some buttons. Decorative shell. Last body. I have 8 gold. How much are these selling for? 15. So even then I won't get enough for the long sword. But the short sword, 24. I don't know if this is... I'm probably going to pick up a weapon. I can come back here after a bit more scavenging. Just ahead of you is wet and covered in seaweeds. Also looks familiar. Suddenly you realize this is your luggage from the Zephyr. It's been stowed too well to get during the mutiny, but some miracle, it is sure must have been salvaged. But yet, the combination lock remains sound, meaning the context chest is slightly unmolested. You best not be getting any ideas with my property, little fishy. Basilio growls, his eyes suspicious. I think you mean my property. What old Mother Maelstrom saw fit to bequeath upon me. Eyes keeps. Basilio's eyes narrow as he feels with the straps of his club. Then again, that's not to say I mightn't be willing to make a deal with ya. What did you have in mind? See, there's this man, a stargazer he is, came here a few days ago, perched himself on that cliff right over there. Basilio points to the cliff that rises over the beach to the east. Thing is, he was carrying something I can hardly put into words. It's like a tube with glass in it that you use to look at the stars and such. A telescope? Aye, that's what they called it. Old Basilio would love to have it if you can get your way up to somewhere he made camp. There's meaning in those stars, you see, old wisdom and such. Don't fret. Basilio saw big old fat crows circling near the camp. I bet Basilio's eye that the stargazer's dead and rotting. His telescope's just waiting to be salvaged. Spring 13. I'd rather you just hand my things over, favorite and all. It's true. I'm the universe's special one. Well, it's a big one. Basilio looks surprised and stutters incoherently. Wow, what you mean? That just 'cause she made you live. Now you're somehow entitled to Basilio's treasure? The man's eyes tear up. There's truth in that. Basilio knows it in his bones. Pox on you. There's truth in it. Fine. Have your bleeding box. Basilio goes to skulk off in a corner. It's good. Maybe Noble's boots hat. Was that fit? Hey, alright. There you go. Whoops. Shift. Weapon achieved. Yeah, there's a cooking pot. I don't think I really have anything. A woman sits in the grass ahead of you, with the well looming over her. She's emaciated, ragged, and covered in grime. How long has she been sitting here? Days? Weeks? She rocks back and forth, almost catatonic, then suddenly hear it again. The clear sound of playful children's laughter wires from the well. Woman wails. Woman rocks back and forth, stares blankly in the well. What has happened? Just took them. Called out to them. I heard it. Funny thing is, I heard it calling with my voice.
Oleg and Anya live in the well now. They're calling for me to join them. Can I help you? It'll never stop. It will multiply until it covers all the lands and all the seas, and when we're all dead and bones, the conqueror of mold will dress our corpses in black mourning veils. The voice is flat. Never mind. It's not frantic.
You give me the stage direction after I do the line. Why?
Her voice is flat and monotone, and the strange words almost seem to come from somewhere else. She then lets out a deep sigh. But if I had my children's bones to bury, it would give me some respite. A moment of silence, and the sickening sound of children's laughter once again rises from the well. Are we already well hunting? We're definitely nabbing. Definitely. Yeah, we'll try the well. The cave has a big sea monster in it, so we'll need to do something. The well seems ordinary enough until you examine it more closely. A thin layer of slimy black mold seems to cling to its walls. A heavy odor of filth rises from its depths. You could swear you heard something splash around in the shallow waters. A ladder has been placed in the well shaft. You could easily descend it if you wanted to. I should rest actually before doing anything. Can we just yoink us to bed? Yeah, I guess we can. This camp screen. Use it to feed party. Select camp activities. Party members before resting. Below, cover from injuries. Must be well fed. Normally 10 points of food is required per party. All food. Inventory double clicking it. Camp activities. Bonus skills. No, that's for sure. Can I, fuck, shit. Can I, wow, I am fucking this up. No, okay. Potato leek soup's a thing? No? Maybe carrots and leeks? Carrot leek soup? Ah! Baked potatoes. Deep fried steak, mashed potatoes, roasted eel, pumpkin pie, vegetable soup. Ah. Yeah, it's only pumpkin pie, which potatoes are not used in. Alright. Entertain. Train. Yeah, entertain and train seems. Oh. Now, for the first time in your life, you're overcome with a sense of purpose. The path ahead you undoubtedly be difficult. Certain things supposed to take. Alright, there we go. Melee initiative increases backstab damage. What's this? Max tower. Okay, so thief. Yeah, sure. Alright. Let's descend. Sea infestation. Ugh. As you descend deeper into the earthy cave, you realize that the black mold covers most of the walls. Even the air is thick with floating black specks. Here and there the mold seems to form nodules. Your mind fills with images of the nodules bursting open in an obscene mockery of birth, and black worm-like tendrils of mold spilling forth onto the world. An irrational urge to touch these nodules goes inside of you. Bad move. Bad move. Do not touch those. That's Class A. Don't do that shit. Perhaps it's the thickness of the air or the sickly miasma that fills this part of the cave. But stars flash before your eyes. Your mind is assaulted with images of alien landscapes, cities, no, giant living structures, almost like the coral that the traders from the sea gates sometimes peddle, but large, so large it almost touches the sky. And you see it. The structures themselves writhe with obscene life. Innumerable black worm-like tendrils of black mold cover them. They beckon you. Give in to them. Let them take hold. In the sky above you, something massive shifts. Carry on. You feel as if you've dragged under and into the crushing blackness, into unfathomable depths. Stars flash before your eyes again, and once more see impossible landscapes, Cyclopean edifices of writhing black shapes, an age of worms. You understand now. This is not some alien dreamscape. This is water. This is home. And you are High Priest, the god regent of a perfect world. And now it is time. The sky thunders, seven eyes see. It comes. Give yourself to it. Willpower versus 6. What is it? +3. Oh, doable. There we go. 9. Gathering all of your willpower, you wrest back control of your faculties and forge ahead. On the wall ahead you spot a festering ganglion of black ichor with two small human skulls leering from it. A mass of glistening mold pulsates with a grotesque pistolic motion as you approach it. Embedded in it is a collection of small animal bones. Nonetheless, you have no problems identifying two complete small human skeletons. Grab the bones. One by one, you pry loose the bones from the writhing of the ganglion. Its motions become more and more agitated. As you work, a wave of relief washes over you as the last piece comes loose. Now you must make your way out of this death trap. Ah, this place was nasty, but I kind of expected some kind of combat. But it was just a will save. Well,
the two diminutive shapes materialize as if from the very walls themselves, bodies alive with writhing mold. Their blank, idiotic faces stare up at you in a grotesque imitation of life. Your blood runs cold as organs that should never shape human voices spill forth the sound of children laughing. A loud shriek escapes from the horrors, and in the maelstrom of writhing blackness, the two pathetic creatures reshape lean forms that tower over you. They do not intend to let you leave. My athletics is 310. I need to roll a 7 on 2d6. Not great, but we'll try. It's combat either way. Oh my god. Literally just got it. Feigning left and dashing right, you manage to slip past the mindless creatures, and before they manage to regain their bearings, you have clambered up the rope and escaped the well. As you flop over the rim of the well onto the ground, a fate mother escapes from below. Hey, so, it was fucked up. The skeletal figure of Marsha sits in front of the well, rocking silently back and forth. I got some children bones for you if that's what you're going for. Marsha looks up at you and blinks as if waking from a dream. Without a word, she gingerly takes the small bundle of bones in her arms. As if she was swaddled an infant, she cradles it for a moment, and then looks up at you with grateful eyes. She gently strokes your cheek once, and then turns and wanders into the fog. You've set her free. Falling to your knees, you retch violently, if it is it comes from the conqueror mold or the emotional moment, you can't quite tell. Kneeling in the wet grass, you notice a satchel lying where Marsha was kneeling. You get a feeling it was left there for you. Slowly you regain your composure and get to your feet. Shambling away from the well, you suddenly stiffen. Did you just hear something? A child's voice, perhaps? Or was it the wind? Gold ring, cure disease, cookbook, gold. Am I still diseased? No, I leveled up again. Give me... No. Somehow falling into the water cured me of my ailment. Just can't get into that building. It's all good. Might, actually. So what's the time? Yeah, 4:30. I haven't started way too late, but I thought I'd try and get a stream in anyway today. Yeah, I think we're gonna save there. So if I go load, yep, there it is. Alright, well. That was the first little bit of Skald against the Black Priory. I reckon we'll probably be playing a bit more of that next week. Or maybe later in the week. Depends. Depends. We'll see what happens. Auf Wiedersehen.